Hello. All right, we should be good. Should be good here. All right. Getting everything in here, getting everyone going. Let's see, will this be better? This might be, I don't know if it'll be better or worse, but we'll try it. Let's get this zoomed in. Nice and good, like. Yeah, this is pretty good. Welcome in, everybody. We're talking about the college basketball slate for February 21st and 22nd. We got a big game. We just updated the college basketball tool, added another model, as well as added some functionality like date and things like that. So really excited. I've been using the tool for the last 2 weeks. Been pretty good. Profitable, which is nice. Still, tweaking things out for my process and what makes sense to me. But the big difference between betting college basketball and betting football, which is the world we come from, is you have like intense days of betting. So for us, that's Sunday, where we are betting like pretty much everything for the week before. But then after that, there's really not a lot of betting going on. And then for college basketball, the betting is intense, basically nonstop, like literally throughout the whole day. So that's definitely new, and some you have to come up with a strategy for how to get that. But all right, let's talk about the matchups today. We got model output for every single game. As the market's open for tomorrow's games, I've already bet a couple, actually two bets for tomorrow personally. And we can talk about any game. We have a side total money line for every single game. We have an edge for every single game. And if you want to come, I would highly recommend come hang out on the YT, the YouTube experience. You can see the actual tool. We can talk about every game. You can see everything I'm seeing. You can see the odds screen I'm going to show. Can't really do that here on TikTok. Unfortunately, it's basically next to impossible to get an ODS key. But someone said Clemson. I think they play SMU. Yeah, Clemson, SMU. I was looking at this game. So we currently make this +1 or +1 Clemson, -1 Clemson, +1 SMU. Unfortunately, no edge on the side total, no edge on the money line. The model does lean in the direction though of SMU. You would need to get like a +100 SMU on the +1. On the money line, we're needing about a +110 or better to bet SMU in a profitable fashion. Iowa State +9.5. No. Well, actually, I don't know if the market's moved on this. When it opened, it was at 8, I believe. Yeah, now it's moved. Let's take a look here. We made this thing open at 8. We made it. I think it opened at 8. We made 8.5 or something like that. Now it's moved to 9.5. We make the number 10, so I would disagree with you there. Where there is a little bit a lot more value, in my opinion, would be on the money line for Iowa State. We're still showing a negative 0.9% edge, but if you can get like a +350, +360, now it's an expected value bet. I know most people don't want to lay those kind of odds, but yeah. We got Mr. Katz in the house. What up, Mr. Katz? How are you? Thanks for hanging out with us. Thanks for being here. He wants to talk about Kent State, Miami of Ohio. That is a tonight game. Let's take a look. I think I saw Smart Money gave out the over in this game. We disagree here. Where we think that there's more value actually on the under here, under 145 and a half, and yeah, that 1.3% edge on the under could be something a little interesting. On the side there, we make the number +1 for Kent State, -1 for Miami. Pretty much no value on the money line. So I think it's a stay away. If you're going to bet this game, I think the under 145 and a half would be the play. Let's take a look here and see what we can get in the market. Whoops. Miami. Yeah, you can get 146s, 145 and a half, 146, 146, 146. Yeah, 146 over at Fanatics. Not bad. Nice. Did you take the over then? I'm assuming. Wisconsin. Let's see here. Thanks for the likes, guys. Come hang out on the YouTube. It's a much better viewing experience. You can see all the games in the tool. But happy to answer your Wisconsin thoughts. I think Wisconsin plays Oregon, if I'm not mistaken. Let's pull up the tool here. Wake Forest 132. Let me just hit on Wake Forest really quick. Our model actually likes it on the spread, the -3. The problem is there's a key injury for Wake Forest, which is why the kind of market I think is a little low right now. If you think that that person's going to play, I forget their name. He's their guard. The -3 is a really good bet in my opinion. Somebody was asking about Wisconsin. Wisconsin, we make the number -9 in favor of Wisconsin, and that covers 52% of the time. So if you can get like a -105, you can get a little bit of EV, probably 0.5%, not a ton. But it is EV. So if you're going to bet in that game, Wisconsin -8.5, -105 or better would be a bet if you wanted to. We got a question on the YT. Walker, welcome in. Marquette total. Let's take a look. And that's what we love the tool, guys, because it prices every single game. Now you can go here and you can just look for the game you're wanting to look for, or you can sort by team. But here we go. We like Marquette. We show about 1.7% edge on Marquette. Let's zoom in here. Marquette spread at the -1.5. No edge on the money line. And then on the total, we make this number 143. Market's at 142.5. You're asking about the total. So I think the market's kind of got this price pretty well, to be frank with you. Total consensus means all four models are within 1.2 points of each other. So not a ton of variance here. I think if you're really itching to have a play, Marquette might be the play. I haven't followed them too much, but I think they're a team that I think that historically kind of chokes a bit. Michigan thoughts. Michigan plays Michigan State tonight, I believe, or is it tonight or tomorrow? Let's take a look. I think it's tonight. Yeah, Michigan State tonight, 8 p.m. This market is pretty well priced. If there is a bet, maybe let's say if you can get a +150 from Michigan State money line, you can see that here. There could be a bit of a value play for Michigan State money line, but I think these are pretty well priced. Not surprising. We're getting pretty mature market at this point. And this is one of the marquee matchups on a Friday where there isn't a ton of volume tonight. So, there's a little bit more efficiency that goes on here. All right. No shot Bama is positive defensive efficiency. This is within the top 100. You're right that when you stratify by all 350 teams, they are not. Thoughts on Penn? Am I still here? Can you guys hear me still? Shoot. That was man, that was shitty. Can you guys hear me? Can you get a thumbs up in the chat or something if this thing is still going? Put some respect on Mizzou. Not on this. I'm on the. Okay, yeah, perfect. Thanks, Mr. Katz. What was I asking? Wichita State. Somebody was asking about Penn. I think they play Bucknell. Who do they play? Penn. Penn plays Dartmouth, and there is some good value on Dartmouth money line at plus 106 or better. The problem is I don't really want to target. I don't like targeting away teams as much. I don't really know anything about the Ivy League. I don't know all these teams, so it's just a stay away. But actually, our model likes Dartmouth in this game. A tiny bit of value on the under, 0.2%. I think it's a stay away for me. All right, over unders. Over unders are we looking at? Okay, let's sort by over unders. I like it. Thanks, Mr. Katz. All right, another cool part of the tool. If you just want to bet totals, boom. What we can do is we can just go over here. We can just sort the table. Boom. So here are the edges on all of the overs. So these two games are Canisius and Loyola Chicago versus Dayton. So both overs in those games, over 130 for Canisius, over 141 for the Flyers. And then if we want to bet unders, which there's a lot more value on unders, we have a ton of value. We have under 151 for Milwaukee, Fort Wayne under 150. Sorry, under 153 for both Milwaukee Youngstown game and Fort Wayne Oakland game. And then we talked about the Miami Ohio Kent State game, 1.3% edge there. And I'm on this Kansas over under. FanDuel has it at 151. I don't know if they still have it there. We can take a look. It's a ton of value at that number. Yeah, they still have it. Under 151 in the Kansas Oklahoma State game is like a slam dunk value. You can see, they have it priced very differently. The other thing too is no market maker. There's no even market right now for this. So these books are just kind of, pricing it on their own, which is not really great. Michigan State versus what's the call? Really no value. If there was going to be a play in that game, Josh, the only value, if it's not even really there, you would need to get plus 150 or better for Michigan State. That's the closest thing there is to value in that game right now. I see West Virginia as a dark horse. Any chance Kansas State to make the tournament? I'll start pricing this stuff in a couple weeks. Cam Jones over 18 points. Don't have a way to model that. What else? Thoughts on Maryland? Could someone explain why Duke and Auburn are far right? Does that mean they are the best? How far can Texas Tech go? St. John's is winning it all. All right. St. John's winning it all. St. John's winning it all. What games do you guys want to talk about here on YT? We'll get back to the tool. Games I'm on one game tonight. I am on this this Wright State -2, -110. Really great bet in my opinion. I don't think it's there anymore. I think the market moved back. There's a ton of market manipulation in college basketball, so you really have to just look and study this market. Yeah, now 4s, 3.5s. Yeah, I don't like it as much. In fact, I would rather play it on the money line here at -162. Let's see if we can get what's the best number. -162, -160 at Bet365, 156 at Novig. Yeah, I think that's probably it looks like -160 or -162 are the two lowest numbers. So you have a 3% edge. Look, I know that's like against conventional like norms in college basketball or betting in general. People don't want to lay numbers. I mean, guys, a 3% edge mathematically is the same exact thing, no matter how you're betting it. The implied probability basically is telling you how often or your break even, right? So the good thing about betting something at 1-60 is that's going to win over, let's say 58-ish% of the time. You don't have to bet as many. Any chance IU makes the tournament? I don't know. Yeah, there's a chance. It's not non-zero, no doubt about it. WVU. What do you think best Big 12 team is? If you want to go to the website, we have all of the landscapes for every single division priced out for every team, so you can see the offensive and defensive efficiency for every team and stratified by division or conference or whatever you want to call it. Texas Tech, West Virginia. We make this game plus 11 for West Virginia, plus minus 11 for Texas Tech, 1.5% edge for West Virginia on the spread. No value on the money line or total. I do think that if you can get like a plus 500 for the money line for West Virginia, there is potential break even, at least probability. So all right, 1.2K likes. Let's get the likes. Keep going, guys. Appreciate it. Oregon, the play in that game, nothing that the model like I would play personally, but the number would lean in the direction of Wisconsin in that Oregon game. Yeah, guys, and remember, if you are wanting to be able to price every single college basketball game, side, total, money line, make sure you are going and signing up for the tool. You can do a week pass, try it out. It is a ton of value. We are using this to bet ourselves. We price every single game. It gives you a side, a total, a money line. We're using 4 different models in order to price all this stuff. It's a highly robust way to bet college basketball. If you're interested, I highly recommend going and check it out. Gamble in the house. Dang, what up, Gamble? How are you? Hope you're doing well. Iona and Kent State today. Yeah, let's take a look. Come hang out on the YouTube. You can get a better viewing experience. I can't show my screen on here. Iona. Okay, sorry. I was like, those teams don't play each other. Okay, let's start with the Kent State game. Kent State, that's Miami of Ohio. Okay, so we didn't have a play. The market has clearly bought the over. I wonder if you have anything to do with that. So this is now moved to 145.5. At 145.5, we think that there's a play on the under now. We make this number 143. So that's more of just a, relative to the market moving. We think it's now been overbought, so to speak, to the over. So we would show resistance there, about a 1.3% edge on the under in that game. Okay, and then the other one you wanted was Iona, but we don't show any value on that game on the side or total. And then Manhattan, no play. Our model does lean in the direction of Manhattan plus 3.5, but it's still negative EV bet. And then pretty much negatives across the board here. Negatives across the board. We make the total 147. Market's at 146. Money line looks to be priced well. So from our numbers, we would show no value. Princeton had a small value this morning at 7.5 minus 110. Shout out 21. What does Pitt have to do to make the tournament? Win games. MSU, tonight. No real value in that game. That game is now well priced. I would say if there is any value to be had, it's very minuscule, but it would be if you can get like a plus 160 for Michigan State, but other than that, it's pretty well priced. Thanks for the likes, guys. I appreciate it. YT, what games do you guys want to talk about? So personally, what I bet, Wright State tonight plus 2.5. Market bought that back, so that's good. There is a ton of value on this Wake Forest game, but it's a big injury. So I only have the one play tonight for right at -2.5. Tomorrow I've made 2 plays. I'm on Mizzou -1.5, -106. And I'm also on Kansas, Oklahoma State under 151.5, -110. Dayton Marquette. Sure, let's take a look. Dayton does not play Marquette. Dayton plays Loyola. We would show about a 1.7% edge for Dayton. Sorry guys. And then the Marquette game is Marquette tonight. Marquette Villanova. We would show a little bit of value in the direction of Marquette as well. 1.7% edge in both those games. We make it -2 for both those teams. Utah State thoughts. Where's St. John's on this chart? Utah State. I don't think Utah State plays today or tomorrow. Hard Rock did have Dayton -1, -110. Shout out. Yeah, I mean, if you, we even at -105 or at 1.5, we would still show Dayton value. That's relative to -110. So yeah, at -1.5, at -110 or better would be. You think Mississippi Valley has a chance to winning it all next year? I do. Boise State's about to sneak in. Shout out Tennessee, the best athletic school in the country. Oh, you mean like all sports? Isn't Nebraska doing okay this season? Best. Well, you'd have to win championships. Tennessee hasn't won. I guess they have women's basketball. Yeah, I don't know. That's a good question. I don't have an answer for you. All right, we got a question from Mr. Katz on the YT. Mr. Katz says, big picture question here. What are some strengths and weaknesses you notice about the tool so far? Yeah, that's a good question, Mr. Katz. So, okay, one of the biggest weaknesses with the tool, which there's really not a great way to handle this, and that's why it is a weakness. It'll kind of stay a weakness, so to speak. Is that as the market becomes more mature, you really need to respect the market more, and so you really need to regress to the market more and more as the market gets more and more mature. And that's something we do with our other models, but there's really no way to do this in a clean way with this tool. And so, you really need a lot of not a self-awareness, but you need to be aware that the market is becoming more and more and more mature as the day goes on, right? And it's harder and harder to beat. And whatever the market's done up until that point is for a reason, right? So I think that's one thing. Strengths are because we roll we pull in new odds every 5 minutes. This market is very unique in my opinion, that it's riddled with manipulation. So I don't know that. I think there's 2 ways you need to approach this. You need to bet like the openers before the market makers open. So a good example of this, I was talking about that Kansas bet. Kansas, Oklahoma State. You could see, look, I mean, they already moved it 1 point. I got this at 151.5. These books right now are these books are pricing. Oh, look, so they just put these up. They weren't there, right? A couple minutes ago. These books aren't, they're just pricing these. These are just guesses from these books. When this opened, it was at 151, and it was the only book that was there. And then these were all at 147. Look, they are all just guessing. Then when the big guys open and they're actually going to, act like a market, these guys will all kind of fall in line. So you want to bet so early that basically only the retail books are pricing something, right? So that's like really, really early. That's like almost 36 hours before the game starts, I would say. So that's one way I think it's really susceptible. The problem with that is you're going to probably get a ton of CLV and you're probably going to get popped, especially if you just do this every day. The second kind of maybe better strategy is that these markets are being manipulated, period. I don't know yet. I'll have to look at my spank odds, but I think that they'll take $1,000 opening kind of early morning bet to move the line for sides totals. And so it's clear that people are betting at the market making book. They're moving the number. The retail books copy it, and that exists for like 30 minutes, and then someone hammers back the other side. I assume what they're doing is they're manipulating the market makers to get down a point or a point and a half in the direction that they want to bet. Then they use beards, they get down across all of the retail books, and then they go ahead and bet it back at the market making books. I see these types of moves like every single day for sure, but like tens of times a day. So that's my kind of thought. Wisconsin looking to make a deep run. Shout out. We showed a little bit of value on Wisconsin against Oregon. Thoughts on Mizzou? Mizzou minus 1.5, minus 106 at FanDuel, I think is a good bet for tomorrow. Iowa State versus Houston tomorrow. Yeah, early action really kind of did like that. Houston at 8. Now at the 9.5 number, not as much. We still make this number in favor of Houston, but the value is kind of eroded there. I really wouldn't play it. Thanks for the follow, Alex. Michigan tonight. It's a pretty well-priced market for this Michigan game, unfortunately. I know you guys don't want to hear that. We make this number -3 on both sides. That's where the market is. We think if there is value, be Michigan State like plus 160. If you can get Michigan State plus 160, it's a little bit of value for Michigan State. But as of right now, at plus 140, minus 165, it's everything is priced well, in my opinion. Thanks for the follow, Dominic. MSU all the way win tonight. What's your favorite pick for tonight? Wright State minus 2.5 is what I have. Remember, guys, make sure you're going up to the website, signing up for the tool. Week packages, very affordable. You can get in there, understand the tool. We fully believe once you get into the tool, you will want to sign up full for the rest of the season and for March Madness. This is an extremely powerful tool. You're using 4 different models to get a forecast, and then we have all of our proprietary value frameworks for pricing the games. Do you think Houston can make the Final Four? Sure, of course they can. It's non-zero probability for almost all of this. Would you take -3.5 for Wright State? Nick, I know you're not going to like this answer. I'd rather you take the money line at -160, -162 or better. Here, I'll look for it. Yeah, -160 is the best number at Bet365. FanDuel and DraftKings have a -162. I know you don't like it. I know. I'll lay the juice. Okay, I like it, Nick. Yeah, you have about a 3% edge on the money line still. You can, if you want to take the 3.5. We show value, but it's 0.5%. You're better laying the juice and getting a 3% edge over there. All of our models agree on this. 4 models all agree on that direction. Remember what that means, though, right? This thing loses 40-ish% of the time. So please don't do nothing crazy. Who do you think is winning Michigan State versus Michigan? I couldn't tell you who will win. I think it's well priced. I think you're betting into a completely well priced market in game. I know it's a sexy game. I think again, if you can you get it? Michigan State, at like plus 160, I could consider laying. Yeah, you're not coming anything close to it. Yeah, I mean 140 is the top of the market. So yeah, it's no value at 140. Yeah, it's no bueno, guys. It's no bueno, unfortunately. I know you guys don't want to hear that. It's a well-priced game. Thanks for the follow. Followed the live creator. Dickerson, cheers. You think UConn can three-peat this year? Definitely not. Definitely not. My opinion, no way. Do you think Kentucky will go far in the tourney? Honestly, as far as like tourney talk, this is the best graphic you're gonna find. Like these are the teams that can win the national championship as of right now. Pretty much everybody else is just a pipe dream. Thoughts on Bama? They're much more efficient than they were last year offensively. I don't really believe them. I haven't started a price. I will run all of my models for futures bets next week. There's just so many like you're forfeiting so much data in order to run all this stuff now, right? Like in my opinion, you still can run it in early March and still be two weeks before the market. Texas Tech. Texas Tech, no value. We actually make this 1 point value in favor of West Virginia. Thoughts on Texas Tech? Opinion on Michigan Wolverines? No value in that game. Auburn, Duke, or the field? I'll price that out next week. Those or bets are quite profitable in certain situations. That was a huge bet for us last year. Purdue or UConn to win. I think that plus 140 is a great bet. I think they have something similar like that right now. It's Auburn or Duke, but you got to price this stuff. That's the tricky thing. And like, I don't want to. Why bet it? Why run the numbers today just for Auburn to lose tomorrow? Right? Like, it just doesn't. Like, if Auburn wins tomorrow, it's not going to affect the price positively, right? It's going to stay the same. Or not, sorry, it's not going to affect it negatively. It's probably going to stay the same. But if they lose, it's going to affect it negatively, right? So it's just like, why buy it early? What do you think of Michigan State versus Michigan tonight? Really no value in that game. You'd need to get like Michigan State plus 160 to be making like a positive EV bet. We make the number -3. It's currently priced at 3. Yeah, I think it's well priced. You're definitely getting ripped off if you pay the 2 -120. It's just a well priced game, guys. It's just a well priced game. I mean, that's what happens. You're betting into a mature, marquee game. Like I'm not, that's what happens. Markets are efficient. Michigan or Michigan State, who you got winning? I just went over that. I have Michigan State winning. Michigan State will win 41% of the time, and Michigan will win 59% of the time. Your current Final Four teams. Biff's picks 2030. Wow, you should tell. We got normal Biff's picks. An OG hater. You guys should shake hands. Not really. I wouldn't really say it that way. It's just that these are the KenPom criteria as of like now, basically. It doesn't necessarily mean, everything is price sensitive, right? So it depends on what the price is to qualify as a good bet or not, right? Marquette or Nova tonight. Our numbers like Marquette. Yeah, we make the number -2 in favor of Marquette. It's a 1.7% edge. Not enough for me to bet personally. I would really only want to be betting like almost a 3% edge or better. But there is value there. Michigan State will win 100% of the time. Gotcha. If they can win 100% of the time, then I don't see why you shouldn't be betting everything you own. YT, what up? What everybody up on YT? What other games you guys want to talk about? Just let us know. Put them in the chat, and we will talk about it. Tennessee or Texas A&M tomorrow. We think it's a well-priced market. Our model leans in the direction of A&M. If you can get anything better than minus You can get any if you can get anything Texas A&M plus money on the money line, it would be value for Texas A&M on the money line. I think you would need like a plus 2.5 to get to bet A&M, but our model leans in that direction. Illini taking down Duke tomorrow night. Does Duke play the Illinois? I don't think that's true. All right. Mr. Cat says, talk me out of Loyola money line. All right, let's take a look. Let's take a look at that game. Loyola, I'm assuming because there's Loyola Chicago, but I'm sure only one of them. I'm assuming it has edge. Okay, let's take a look. How do you spell Loyola? Yeah, Loyola Chicago. Chicago. Why do you want to take it? There's no edge. I can't. I mean, the best I can do is let's just shop the line. I don't know that I can talk you out of it. I can help you shop it. It looks like we would need to bet 104 or better. It doesn't. I think it's a bad bet. I don't really know how to talk you out of it. If this is what you want to bet, this is what you want to bet. But you can see, if anything, there's a little bit of value on the over, which could be exciting. It sounds like based on this information, it should be a close game, so that's good for the over. So I don't know. That's my kind of thoughts on that. You got your model spread on Harvard. Yeah, I got everything for everything, guys. All right. Let's get to 5K though. Let's get to 5K and we'll give out some more picks. 5K likes. Let's go. Let's get it. Let's get it. Hop out the Mr. Katz, what is the game you what is the infatuation with that game? You took Wright State, right? What are the games? Let's take a look for the games tonight. So Dayton, there's still value. Marquette, there's still value. I don't like these edges. If anybody's like the best bet right now on the board is Dartmouth money line plus 106 or better. I just don't really want to. I don't know anything about these teams, and I really don't want to bet. I don't know. Part of me thinks it's a really good. I mean, not part of me. It's clearly a good bet. But Clemson versus is very underrated. Nebraska ceiling. Let's get to 5K. We'll give out some more bets. What do you think Gonzaga's best case scenario? National championship. Does Clemson have a chance to win the national championship? Are they on this list? If they're not, yeah, they're on this list. Yeah, then yes, they do. They have a realistic chance, higher probability chance than most teams. Penn on 6-game losing streak. Is that a good thing or a bad thing? Who knows anything about the Ivy League? Should we be? Why are we not like Dartmouth? Dartmouth plus 106. Like we showed 3.6%. Let's see what's the best number. Plus 106, like plus 104 at Caesars, plus 110, plus 110, plus 115. Yeah, we can get plus 110, guys. What are we doing? Is Dartmouth good? Anybody know? All right, let's take a look under the hood. Model 1 makes it 61%, 58, 50. So all these models are in the direction of this, especially at 110. Ivy League score points. That's Didn't you say there was value on Penn or something this morning? So you said maybe a different game. Maybe it was Yale or something. Nebraska should be a little higher. No Kentucky. Where's Akron? Nova money line at home. I'm all over it. I don't know. Should we be taking this Dartmouth bet? Dartmouth second in Ivy League. Should we be taking it, guys? Dartmouth has steam coming in on them. I am not seeing the same. I'm not seeing that. Dartmouth. That's not true. Circa took a bet at noon and moved it from 125 plus 105 to plus 115. Yeah, I would disagree. I would not interpret what I'm seeing at market making books as steam coming in. Plus 110, guys. Plus 110 MGM, plus 110 ESPN bet. I think I might handle split. Yeah, that's not a thing. Something up with this line. Something's up with this line. Can we look if there was any movement? Yeah. That's what I was doing. That's what I was kind of seeing. Circa's barely taking movement on this. Sorry. You can see here. I know it's harder to see, but they opened it at 125, moved to 135, which means they probably took a little smallish bet this morning. Pinnacle opened at 108, now sitting at 126. Chris opened at 130, 119, now sitting at 135. So, and they look what you can bet, right? Chris will give you 113 right now. Circle will give you plus 115. And I don't know what the limit is at Circle right now, but you can bet fairly large. What time is this game? 5? So it's tips in an hour. Guys, I think we have to bet. I think I have to bet this, right? I think I have to bet Dartmouth. I think I have to bet Dartmouth. Anybody know anything? Let's check some injuries. Check some injury information. Ivy. Penn. Somebody's out for the season. That looks to be known. Let's take a look at here at RotoWire. Yeah, there's nothing. There's no injury. How's Kentucky not on here? Bet3 says 115 looks best for Dart. Yeah. Yeah, I agree. Plus 115 over at Bet365. Go for sweep and end. How is Kentucky not on here? They beat like half the teams. Oh, it's a KenPom criteria. It says, like literally right there. Appreciate you for the persistence, though. I'm a Louisville fan, but I think Kentucky should honors be on here. It's not an opinion thing. It's do they meet the KenPom criteria or not? It's not like my opinion on this. It seems fishy line for Dart. I mean, remember you're betting into a market, so it's not like there's a quote unquote trap. I just think maybe there's not a lot of liquidity. And so it's not really that efficient. I mean, it's an Ivy League football or basketball game. I mean, you can probably bet 3 to 5K right now. It's not like it's a crazy, liquid market. I wouldn't suspect. All right, I'm gonna bet this. Just bear with me. I'm betting small. I bet all these bets small relative to what I bet in, NFL. I'm still trying to figure out, how to use the model and all that shit. But um all right. It's been placed. Dartmouth money line. Dartmouth money line. They beat Penn by 3. Okay. Shout out Robert. How you doing, Robert? Hope you're doing well. Thanks for hanging out with us. I bet it. Plus, I'm taking plus 115. I don't have a bet 365 account, so 110 is the best I have access to. All right, there you go. I'm on Wright State minus 2.5 and Dartmouth versus Penn. Where's Dartmouth at? How is KU so high and Missouri so low? Honest question. You're misinterpreting the graph. Oh wait, I don't know. I don't know if you're talking about this graph or the old graph, but I think you were misinterpreting it. What do you got in the MSU game tonight? No play. I think that's a well-priced market. Jan 11, Robert. Okay, shout out. So Dartmouth already beat him once. MSU game is priced well. Everything sides total money line. It's just well priced. That thing is. I am low. My bad. What do you think you got on the MSU game? How far can Nebraska go? As far as their win can take them, man. As far as the sales can take them. You talk about the Villanova matchup. There's a bit of small edge on Marquette minus 1.5. Not a big enough edge for me personally to bet it. I personally need a 3% edge to want to be betting something and think it's worth my time. But you can currently get a 1.7% edge in that game at the current minus 1.5. We make the number 2. How far can Nebraska go? That's fair. Let's get the likes, guys. Let's get the likes going. All right, so there you go. We took advantage. We're on Dartmouth plus 110. We're on Wright State, not on the money line, but on the spread minus 2.5. Okay, some new games are coming in, which you'd love to see. So I'm gonna refresh the page in the tool. New Hampshire. You want to talk about New Hampshire? Robert, no problem. Let's pull it up here in a second. War Eagle. New Hampshire. Do we know what they're called? I don't think they play. Someone said War Eagle. They played Georgia, I believe. We make the number minus 17. Teeny bit of value on Georgia. I would not bet it. 0.8%. Everything else priced well. There is a game play in the Mizzou game, though, personally. Minus 1.5 for Mizzou, minus 106, I think is good value. Really good value there. Oh, yes. I think, Robert, I forgot about my own question. I appreciate it. Dartmouth is in New Hampshire. He wasn't asking about New Hampshire. I appreciate it. Thank you, Robert. I appreciate it. I got a lot of things in the air right now. All right, guys, what other games you want to talk about? That's where my money is. And then I'm on under 151.5. Kansas State minus 110. Sorry, Kansas versus Oklahoma State minus 110. That has now moved. Is no longer available. Those are my plays so far. But as the Saturday slates roll in, so do the games, so does the value. So looks like there's a potential value in the Florida game. Florida on the money line if you want to lay some crazy things. Iowa game. Did we get Iowa coming in here? Let's take a look at the Iowa game. Iowa. Yeah, we got Iowa. It looks like they maybe play Washington. Yeah, Iowa versus Washington. Teeny bit of value there on Iowa. We make the number minus 7. Looks like you can get a 6.5. If we go over here and shop this line, Iowa. Yeah, see, this is what we're talking about. See, there's only one book right now. It's only FanDuel. Only FanDuel has it priced. See, this is what I was talking about earlier. This is when you want to shoot. This is when you want to shoot. Now, there's not a ton of value, but this is just a guess. This is just a guess from FanDuel. This isn't a market. This is just a guess. They have a power rating. They ran a simulation. That's all it is. It's not a market. All right, Biff. What do you want to talk about, Biff? Fair's fair, Biff. I cannot. Interested in Clemson versus SMU tomorrow. Yeah, we can do it. Make sure, guys, we're going and we're signing up to the website. Use the link in the bio. Go check out the tool or come hang out with us in the YT. There's a ton of value to be had. Obviously, the Saturday slate is it's the biggest day of the week as far as betting. Iowa could be a play. I think you may want to wait and see if you can get like a -105 or a +100 or like a -6, something like that. That is when I would start to look to play Iowa. But right now, FanDuel is the only one that has it up, and you can see there's a little bit of edge there. Clemson, SMU. Clemson, SMU. Yes, we make the number -1 in favor of Clemson. You would need to get you need to get SMU +1 at like +100. At the current price, not a lot. If you can get SMU on the money line at like +115, +120, it would be also a bet for SMU on the money line. WV's Texas Tech. Our model would lean in the direction of West Virginia, small value in West Virginia. Green Bay 14.5. I don't know. Green Bay. Who does Green Bay play? Green Bay plays Robert Morris. You can get a 14.5 right now, because I'm showing that the market's at 13.5, not 14.5. Maybe that's why you're asking. I know your little trick. Where are you, Jeff? Oh, okay. I thought I got you, Jeff. Usually the trick is like, I'm going to buy a point, so I'm going to lay -120 or -130. Yeah, I think we make the number 14, so you have about a half a point of value. I can tell you I'll peek under the hood for you here. Just give me a second. I'll tell you what each model makes it for you, so you feel a little bit better. All right. Bart Torvik, 15.5. That would be a thumbs down for him. Kempom, 14. He would kind of agree with you. Evan Mia, 16.4, and Bart Torvik, 15.5. So I think overall I would grade this like a D- /F bet. I think it's a bad bet from a forecasting standpoint. From a market CLV standpoint, it gets like a B, because the market has moved in your favor. So you have the market agreeing with your intuition. The reason I give it an F from a modeling forecasting standpoint is that your process is what is guiding you. And so if you're going against, your model, right? So in my mind, I don't know how you came up with the number, but so you'll have to reconcile those, right? You need a process that you can do, consistently, that isn't you guessing. Check Green Bay injuries. Why did you add new source to model? We think Hasler has something to offer, Robert. We've been tracking it for a little bit and think it adds. And as you add more, you should get more consensus, right? We started with 5 models total. We had Kempom, Bart Torvik, Evan Mia, DR ratings, and Massey ratings. Massey ratings, I don't think are reliable. DR ratings, it's really hard to discern, so we want to go be a little cautious. So we removed those, and then we would continue to track Hasler and think Hasler can add. So Ray doubtful. Gotcha. Roy doubtful, Green Bay. Gotcha. So if it was an injury play, then there you go. There you go, Jeff. Good play there if it was an injury angle. Robert's got you here. What about Dayton minus half 110? Yeah, actually, we would agree there is some value there. We would show about 1.7% edge for Dayton. We make this number -2. Michigan versus Michigan State, parlay P. No, that's just a well-priced market. Will you guys let the live line show? I haven't seen them in a while. No, we took them out for a reason. We purposely took them out. Sorry. Yeah, that you're in the minority there on that one. I'm sorry, NBA. It clutters the table, and then you have all these, you have these crazy edges that aren't real. If I think, yeah, sorry, this is one where I can't please everybody, right? A lot of people asked us to take it out, so. Texas A&M thoughts. I think that there's a potential play on Texas A&M money line from a value standpoint. I think you would need to wait and be patient in that game. Let's take a look. I think you need to get, if you can get a plus, anything plus money for Texas A&M, I think it would be a good bet on the money line. Nova -7 alt line. Yeah, we would disagree with you. We disagree with that. Our models and our numbers lean in the direction of Marquette. We show a little bit of value there. Not enough for me to personally bet it. Illinois +10 tomorrow. I must not have. I don't have a number for that game. Illinois. Who does Illinois play? High Point Gardner Webb over. I don't have price for it. I don't know. When do those teams play? Duke. SMU going to win tomorrow. All right, guys. I think I'm going to hop off. Thanks so much for hanging out. Remember, go in there and get the tool. $40 for a week pass. That'll include the weekend. I think you'll really, really find that there's a ton of value in there. We're pricing every single game, side total money line. It looks like you guys are obviously betting this stuff anyways. I highly recommend you start using numbers and math to price your bets so you can actually win and be profitable. Without some type of value framework, without some process, you guys cannot beat the market. It is next to impossible to just use your intuition to do it. These tools can allow you to, be profitable, no doubt about it. And if you add this to all of your other handicapping that you're already doing, this is going to elevate your game, no doubt about that. So make sure you're going to use the links in the bios to sign up. Always reach out if you have any questions. And as always, guys, I wish you all a very healthy and happy weekend, and I'll talk to you all very soon. I'm on Wright State -2.5 tonight and Dartmouth money line. Shout out. All right, I'm gonna hop off. YT peeps. Any other last minute games before I go? Happy to go over anything. Thanks so much for hanging out with us here. Hopefully, I know a number of you guys are already members. Hopefully, you're enjoying the new aspects that you guys have asked for, and we were able to roll out. Hopefully, the tool is delivering. We're continuing to refine things, internally. I'm going to work on this consensus number. I think right now it's not what I had envisioned. Because what it does not tell you is it doesn't tell you the direction. And so let me give you an example. What if the consensus spread had an error of 1.2 points, but they were all in the favor of Wake Forest? Like, they were like -4, -5, -5, -6, right? Well, that actually is a good thing. They all do agree. They all agree in the direction, right? They just don't agree in the magnitude, but they all agree that, Wake Forest will cover. So you know, the consensus thing, don't put a ton, um, don't put a ton of weight in that. Do some research, um, but just know that I'm trying to work on something better. Thank you. Have a good night, man. Always good to hear from you. Thank you, Mr. Katz. I do appreciate it. Robert, yep, come over from football. Shout out. All right, guys. Well, I'm glad you're enjoying everything, and thanks for the support, Robert. We do like that, and I hope you're enjoying all the stuff that we do provide. And we're always committed to giving people the edge and giving using data, right? Using data to actually beat the market. All right, guys. I hope you all have a wonderful weekend. I'll talk to you all very soon, and be well.